Let me ask you something that might genuinely keep you up at night. What if someone could steal your voice, not your phone, not your wallet, just the sound of your voice, and use it to scam your family members out of thousands of dollars? What if your mom got a call that sounded exactly like you, crying, panicking, saying you were in trouble and needed money wired immediately? She would not hesitate for a single second. She would do anything to help you. And that is exactly what these scammers are counting on. This is not some distant, futuristic threat pulled out of a sci-fi movie. This is happening right now, today, to real families all over the world. AI voice cloning technology has become so advanced, so accessible, and so terrifyingly cheap that scammers do not need much to pull it off. We are talking about 3 seconds. Literally 3 seconds of you speaking is all it takes. A quick hello when you answer an unknown call, a short clip from a video you posted online, even a voicemail greeting you recorded years ago. Any of that is more than enough for AI software to analyze your pitch, your tone, your rhythm, every tiny nuance that makes your voice uniquely yours, and build a digital clone that sounds frighteningly real. Once they have that clone, the possibilities are horrifying. They can call your elderly parents pretending to be you in a crisis. They can call your boss. They can use it to bypass voice recognition security systems at banks. The voice that you have carried your entire life, the one people who love you would recognize anywhere, suddenly becomes a weapon pointed directly at the people you care about most. And you handed it over the moment you said hello to a number you did not recognize. Now here is where things get interesting, because there is a way to fight back. And the most powerful weapon you have against all of this is something completely free, always available, and requires absolutely zero technology to use. It is your silence. That might sound too simple, maybe even a little strange, but stick with me here. Because by the time you finish watching this video, you are going to have 7 genuinely powerful tools at your disposal that will make you an incredibly hard target for these scammers. Most of them take less than a minute to set up, and some of them you can start using on your very next call without changing a single setting on your phone. The whole strategy comes down to one core idea, and once it clicks, everything else makes perfect sense. Scammers need raw material to work with. They need a clean, usable audio sample of your real voice. No sample means no clone. No clone means their entire scheme falls apart before it even starts. So every single tactic in this video is built around one goal: denying them that sample. You are not just avoiding scam calls. You are actively protecting your voice like the valuable personal data that it genuinely is. So let us start with the first and most foundational strategy, the one that costs nothing and works immediately. It is called the 10-second rule, and it is almost embarrassingly simple once you hear it. The next time your phone rings from a number you do not recognize, go ahead and answer it, but do not say a single word. Just hold the phone up and listen. Do not say hello. Do not breathe loudly into the receiver. Just wait in silence for about 5 to 10 seconds. Here is why this works so well. The vast majority of scam operations are not run by a single person sitting at a desk manually dialing numbers. They use automated robocall systems that are programmed to detect a human voice on the other end of the line before connecting to a live scammer or launching their recorded pitch. When those systems hear nothing, complete silence, they assume the call did not connect properly or that no one is there. The system logs it, moves on, and automatically dials the next number on their list. You never said a word, they never got what they needed, and the whole thing is over in under 10 seconds. It is one of the cleanest, most effortless defenses you can possibly use. Now let us build on that with something even more airtight. This one is called the mute button hack, and it takes the 10-second rule to a whole new level. The moment an unknown call comes through and you decide to answer, the very first thing you do, before you even bring the phone to your ear, is hit the mute button. Now you can hear every single thing happening on their end. You can listen to whether it is a robotic voice reading a script, a live person trying to sound friendly, background noise from a call center, anything. But from their perspective, the line is completely dead. They cannot hear you breathing. They cannot hear any sound from your environment. And most importantly, they are getting absolutely nothing they can use. If it turns out the call is actually legitimate, maybe it is a real person from a doctor's office or a delivery company, you simply unmute and carry on the conversation normally. But if it is a scam, you hang up and walk away clean with zero voice data given. Now, here is one that a lot of people never think about, and it is honestly one of the most creative tricks in this entire lineup. It is called the TV Shield, and it works beautifully when you are a little curious about who is calling, but still do not want to risk giving up a clean voice sample. Here is all you do. When that unknown call comes in, answer it, and then immediately hold your phone next to a television, a radio, or even a speaker playing music or background noise. Let all of that audio pour into the microphone. Now, you can still hear what the caller is saying by putting it on speaker or just listening carefully, but what they are receiving on their end is a wall of mixed, chaotic audio that is completely unusable for voice cloning software. These AI tools need a clean, isolated sample of a single voice to work properly. Overlapping dialogue from a news broadcast, music playing, a commercial in the background, all of that destroys the quality of any recording they attempt to make. You are essentially throwing sand in the gears of their entire operation without saying a single word yourself. Now let us talk about something that millions of people are unknowingly giving away every single day without even realizing it. Your voicemail greeting. Think about that for a second. If you recorded a personal voicemail message in your own voice, something like, "Hey, you have reached my number. Sorry I missed you. Leave a message and I will call you back," then every single person who calls you and gets sent to voicemail is hearing a sample of your voice. And that includes scammers. They do not even need you to pick up. They can call your number, get sent straight to voicemail, record your greeting, and walk away with a perfectly clean, high-quality audio sample that they can feed directly into their cloning software. You handed it to them on a silver platter, and you were not even there when it happened. The fix is genuinely one of the easiest things you will do all week. Go into your phone settings right now and switch your voicemail greeting to the generic, automated, computerized default that your carrier provides. That robotic, anonymous voice saying, "The person at this number is unavailable," gives scammers absolutely nothing to work with. It is a tiny change that closes a surprisingly wide open door. For iPhone users, there is a built-in feature that works like an invisible force field around your phone, and if you are not using it already, you are leaving yourself unnecessarily exposed. It is called Silence Unknown Callers, and activating it takes about 15 seconds of your time. Open your Settings app, scroll down and tap on Phone, and then find the toggle that says Silence Unknown Callers, and switch it on. From that moment forward, any incoming call from a number that is not already saved in your contacts will never even make your phone ring. It goes directly and silently to voicemail. No interruption, no temptation to pick up, no risk of accidentally giving away a voice sample in a moment of distraction. The only calls that actually ring through are from people you already know and trust. And if a legitimate unknown caller needs to reach you, they will leave a voicemail, you will see the notification, and you can call them back on your own terms when you are ready. Android users get something arguably even more impressive, and it is called call screening. This feature is powered by Google Assistant, and it essentially puts a highly capable virtual assistant between you and every unknown caller before you ever have to make a decision. When a call comes in from an unknown number, instead of answering yourself, you simply tap the button that says Screen Call. Google Assistant picks up on your behalf and speaks to the caller directly, asking them to state their name and the reason for their call. Meanwhile, you are watching a live, real-time text transcript of the entire conversation appear on your screen. You can read exactly what the caller is saying as they say it, and then decide in that moment whether you want to pick up, whether you want to send a preset response, or whether you want to hang up entirely. The caller never gets to hear your voice unless you make the conscious decision to unmute and join the call. It is an extraordinary layer of protection that is already sitting inside your phone right now, just waiting to be used. And finally, for those unavoidable moments when you genuinely cannot screen a call and you know you are going to have to speak, there is one last trick that turns the whole situation on its head. Instead of giving the scammer what they want, you give them something completely useless. Answer the phone in a thick, exaggerated, completely different accent than your own. Go full theatrical with it. Or if you know even a few words of another language, answer in that language instead. Respond with a confused tone, act like you cannot understand them, and watch how quickly they lose interest. Because what they recorded is not your real voice. It is a performance, a decoy, a piece of audio that will never match anything connected to your actual identity. Their software will flag it as low quality or inconsistent, and they will move on to someone easier. You essentially wasted their time and gave them nothing of value. So, there you have it. 7 real, practical, immediately usable strategies that put the power firmly back in your hands. From the pure simplicity of staying silent for 10 seconds, to flipping on a single toggle in your phone settings, to getting a little creative with a fake accent when you have no other choice. Each one of these methods is built around the same fundamental truth. Your voice is personal data, and you have every right to protect it. But if you take nothing else away from this video, let it be this one golden rule that will honestly save you more times than any other trick combined. If you do not recognize the number, do not answer it. Let it go to voicemail. Real people with legitimate reasons to reach you will always leave a message. Scammers almost never do. Your voicemail is not just a convenience feature. It is your first line of defense, your gatekeeper, your silent shield working around the clock so you do not have to. Start treating it that way, and you will immediately become a much harder target than the overwhelming majority of people out there. Stay sharp, stay silent when it counts, and remember, in this particular battle, saying nothing is often the most powerful thing you can possibly do.